few makeup routines for girls with brown skin, but a lot of the issues I found is they're just like not realistic. I feel like even a lot of the like soft glam routines, I'm like, that's beautiful, but I have no occasion to wear that. Like, I just want to be able to go to like Chili's with my friends and look a little bit elevated. You know, not anything crazy, but just a little something to add some pizzazz. So here's like a realistic brown girl makeup routine with a ton of little tips and tricks. Also, this video is not to try to sell you on like any specific products. I will link the ones that I'm using. And if there's any like standout products where I feel like the brand makes a difference, I'll let you know. But for the most part, I'm going to talk more about like the colors and the formulas because I feel like that's what's important. So I always like to start with sunscreen. Even if you have brown skin, you really should be using sunscreen. The biggest game changer in like my makeup is starting to do color correcting. I color correct under my eyes pretty much every single day. It takes like 30 seconds and I feel like for lighter skin tones, sure, maybe it's kind of like an extra thing to do on special occasions, but it's like with brown skin, your skin tone is so rich that if you don't color correct, it kind of just, everything looks a little bit muddy and like kind of mutes your skin. I'm also going to apply a very light foundation. I try to get into the tinted moisturizer world, but a lot of those are just way too oily, and I feel like they're kind of overpriced. So I feel like you can get a really good foundation for a lot cheaper, and I think based off of the formula you can get one that's very light coverage. And the main reason I do this is I feel like it just gives you a really good base for the rest of your makeup. See, it's super subtle. It's not scary. I don't know why I was like terrified of using foundations. I also like to apply a teeny bit of concealer. Let me know if you guys have any good recommendations. I feel like it's hard to find one that's like the right undertone for my skin, and I only really like applying it under my eyes. I blend it out and then I let it sit and then I finish blending it out. I used to rely so much on concealer to like brighten up my face, and I remember for special events I wouldn't even wear foundation. My like only thing is that I would wear more concealer, and at the time I thought that looked really good. But again, I feel like for brown skin, you really just don't need to like layer on that much highlight and things like that. I feel like our skin tone is beautiful. We have to let it shine through. I don't know why I would try to make myself look so much lighter. Okay, a big game changer in my routine has also been using blush. I feel like this shade is actually really good for brown skin. This is Rare Beauty in the shade Joy. And again, I've tried a lot of blushes and I like a lot of them, but I feel like something about like a really bright corally blush looks so flattering. It doesn't look natural. It definitely looks like you got something on. I think if you want something more natural, like the darker pinky mauve color looks better. But I feel like this just really adds a little bit of color to your face and it's so pretty. I also like to put a little bit on my forehead and my nose just to kind of even everything out. Before I apply any powders or anything like that, I like to just put in some setting spray and let all the cream products soak everything in. So I'm going to go in with... This isn't hairspray. While it's setting, I'm going to do a little comb through of my eyebrows. I honestly don't feel like I need to fill in my eyebrows a ton because I think a lot of like Indian women already have like pretty thick and full eyebrows. So I don't do a lot to them. I have a little bald spot here that I do like to fill in. I used to get my eyebrows threaded to be like a very nice precise shape. I feel like it just doesn't suit my face. And I kind of like having something that's a little bit, you know, a little bit more natural and a little bit more imperfect. Another secret is I like to use really light kind of translucent powders to set everything. I feel like all those online tests say when you have brown skin, you have a really warm undertone, but I feel like I'm more neutral, if not anything a little bit on the cooler side. So I feel like any of the very yellowy powders, they just aren't flattering on me. So I like lighter powders like this, and they kind of go on translucent anyway. Stay away from anything yellow or anything like that. I feel like it's a little bit silly, at least on me. That's pretty much my base routine. I also do like to go in with the powder blush. This is not cruelty free, and I'm going to be so sad when this runs out. But this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I love all of these shades. This one is really pretty under the eyes. This one, I just love it. And this is also super pretty, especially like in the fall. Especially for brown skin, I really don't like bringing it on my nose. I don't think it's flattering. So I'll go up here, and then I'll do a little bit onto my eyelid. A little bit there and there, but I don't like the full blush look. Bronzer I apply sometimes. I really feel like I can do without it, and I'm not sure if it does a lot for my face, but I'll just show y'all. I feel like bronzer is definitely one of the steps that I don't mind skipping. And this is pretty much the base I do anytime I want to look good in person. I feel like it looks pretty and effortless, but it also looks put together. I feel like it photographs pretty well, but I feel like it's really a star in person because it doesn't look like you have a bunch of makeup caked on. And in terms of simple makeup for like the eyes, I love just really glittery shades and just putting them kind of on the front like this. And I just use my finger. Look at that. Come on. I also love kind of these like reddy mauvey colors to use in the crease. Also feel like when you have brown skin, you can do a little bit deeper makeup looks and stuff, and you have, you know, like the skin tone to pull it off and it doesn't look overdone. But I still like to keep things very simple because again, I'm going to like Chili's with friends. I'm not going to like any like red carpet influencer event. I'll usually leave it here for the eyes if it's something more casual, but if I do want to dress up a little bit and look a little bit fancy, then I'll use some eyeliner. I really prefer a brown eyeliner to a black eyeliner. Again, I feel like when you have brown skin, it's really easy for stuff to kind of look muddy and mess together. And I feel like the brown eyeliner really accentuates your eyes without doing too much. Okay, something super simple like that. And then when you have mascara, it's barely noticeable. I was so intimidated by wings because I just felt like they would be too much. But I mean, like, come on, how pretty is that? I did both of my wings. I feel like, come on, isn't that so pretty? Okay, I also don't recommend doing this. Like, I would do it very little and not very often because it's so bad for your eyes. But if you want to take a little bit of eyeliner and put it kind of on your waterline, and I know my mom does this every single day. This is just like not good for your eyes. There's water glands there, and when you do this, you're really clogging them, and it's hard to like really wash off and clean. So I really would not do this every day, but I mean, need I say more? If I have this type of eyeliner and I'm coming to see you, it means I really like you. Okay, and that's pretty much all the eye makeup I like to do. I feel like anything else can kind of look a little bit overboard, especially like the crazy inner corner highlights and stuff like that. I just feel like it doesn't look good in person. What I will occasionally do is I'll take a big brush that I use for my crease and I'll kind of put it at this part of my eyes. I feel like it makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, and if you have eye bags anyways, like they're gonna start peeking through, so at least this way you're like, oh, at least it's kind of intentional. And then I finished the look off with mascara. I just decided that I can't do expensive mascaras because I never throw them out and I get so emotionally attached. So I only buy, like, I've only been buying these Essence mascaras. I think this one is better if you're picking between the two. Okay, so that's the difference. No mascara, mascara. Again, I feel like if you're doing eyeliner and all these other tricks, mascara really doesn't make that much of a difference. So you don't have to go too overboard, but I mean, definitely a difference. Okay, and if you do go a little bit overboard, I love these little like lash combs. And then I kind of like to go like that and just really separate them out. Because I feel like you want your lashes to look fluffy and long, not, you know, stiff. I also love taking my finger and kind of rubbing them out. Because I feel like it gets off any of the flaky bits, but you get to kind of keep all the length. Also, I don't know what I did, but that eye, it's kind of a lot for like, I don't know why it says dinner at Chili's. I don't even like Chili's, but this would be a lot for Chili's, but I already feel so pretty. And I guess the last step is it's time for the lips. I've had such a hard time figuring out lipstick shades that work for, you know, two-tone lips. I think what I realized is, one, there's not a lot of shades that are good right off the bat, so you definitely have to be ready to mix. I feel like with brown skin, our lips are so many different shades. They're doing like a your lips but better. Like, that's my lips but better shade. But I feel like it doesn't always look the best. So I'll kind of start here with kind of a rose nudie color, and then I'll go in with a little bit of like a darker lipstick, kind of to just deepen everything up just a tad. And then I love this e.l.f. Balm in Black Cherry, and then I'm gonna put this on. I know this looks dark, but the thing with lipstick is that this fades so fast, so this is what I'll put on, and then I'll kind of do my hair and choose my outfit, and by then pretty much it's all gone and it's kind of like a light tint. That's how I like it. And then again, for every day, I wouldn't really mess around with overlining or anything like that. I feel like it might look good in a photo, but in person, when you're face to face with people and they like see you talking and they see your mouth in all angles, overlining just never looks that good. And then I don't do this a lot because I personally prefer my skin to look more matte. But if you really won't, I feel like a cream highlighter is always so pretty and cute. And then at the very end, because I really like beauty marks and mine are very faint, I will basically kind of draw them on with a little bit of a dried up eyeliner. And then I just go over it with the beauty blender to make it look more natural. And I know this isn't technically part of it, but I guess I'll just show you what I do for the hair. I love heatless curls. I feel like I have a hair texture that's kind of weird and a little bit frizzy. Probably wavy, but my hair is so thick and long and heavy that the waves never really show. You know, it doesn't really look good natural. I don't really have time to put in a lot of effort every day. So I feel like, at least for me, heatless curls are a very good, you know, in between. I feel like they help me feel put together and they feel pretty and it really smooths out my hair, but it doesn't, you know, take a lot of effort. Okay, can you guys see it better? I always get so upset because I feel like heatless curls look so good in person and I need to like hire a photographer or something just to like show you guys, because if y'all aren't doing heatless curls, like what are you doing? Is my mouth uneven? Oh my god. I don't know. Anyways, this is my hair. I love it. Let me change into an outfit. I have no idea what I'm gonna wear, so that will probably take me a while. At least the rest of it is okay. My mouth is totally uneven.